Welcome to the Ultimate Sports Vlog Podcast. Today is Saturday, July 7th, 2018. Today I'm going to recap yesterday's FIFA quarterfinal action, look ahead to today's FIFA quarterfinal action, and pick today's matchups. Talk about yesterday's baseball action, look ahead to today's games. Talk about the NBA Summer League, go over those scores from yesterday. Talk about a couple NBA free agency moves as well as a NHL rumor that I forgot to talk about on yesterday's podcast. And today's segment will be best of the NBA since 2013 moves by every team. All right, here we go. World Cup action from yesterday. France defeated Uruguay 2-0 to move on to the semifinals. 40th minute, Raphael Varane got France going up on the board 1-0. Antoine Griezmann in the 61st minute put France up 2-0 for good as France moves on and Uruguay goes home. Huge upset in the second game. Belgium defeated Brazil 2-1 as they advanced to the semifinals. Fernandinho in the 13th minute, it was an own goal, put Belgium up 1-0. Kevin De Bruyne in the 31st minute, 2-0 Belgium. Then Renato Augusto in the 76th minute got Brazil on the board. But Belgium holds on to advance to the semifinals as they will take on France. Today's two quarterfinal matchups, Sweden and England, 10 o'clock on Fox. This is a very, 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 very difficult call. Both of these teams have been awesome in this tournament. You know what? Give me England to move on to the semis. And in the second game, you have Russia and Croatia, 2 o'clock on Fox. Russia pulled off a monster upset in the round of 16. They have the home crowd behind them. Croatia's been awesome in this tournament as well. I like the home pride in Russia again. They have their Cinderella run going. So give me Russia over Croatia to advance to the semifinals. Baseball action from yesterday. The Reds defeated the Cubs 3-2 as they improved to 39-49. The Cubs dropped to 49-36. Tyler Mahle improves to 7-6. Mike Montgomery drops to 3-3. Raisel Iglesias gets his 17th save of the year. Top of the fourth, RBI single. Adam Duvall, 1-0 Reds. Grinder into a double play by Scott Schebler. Rousel run the score. 2-0 Reds. Top of the fifth, sacrifice fly, Scooter Gennett. 3-0 Reds. Bottom of the fifth, fielder's choice, Albert Almora Jr. 3-1 game. Bottom of the eighth, sacrifice fly, Ben Zobrist made it a 3-2 game. That was your final. Tyler Mahle pitched well. 6 2/3 innings, 5 hits and a run, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 3.66 ERA. Mike Montgomery, 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 3.68 ERA. The Tigers defeated the Rangers 3-1 as they improved to 39-51. The Rangers dropped to 39-50. Jordan Zimmerman improves to 4-0. Bartolo Colon drops to 5-6. Joe Jimenez gets his third save of the season. Top of the first, home run Sin-Soo Choo, 1-0 Rangers. Bottom of the second, 2-run home run James McCann, 2-1 Tigers. Bottom of the eighth, home run Jacoby Jones, 3-1 Tigers is your final. Jordan Zimmerman actually pitched very well, and he's having a solid season. Maybe they'll throw him in a package in a possible trade to go with Michael Fulmer, if anything, but I don't think anybody really wants to take on that money. So interesting to see what they do with him at the deadline. 8 innings, 4 hits, an earned run, no walks, and 11 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 3.51 ERA. Another option they could do with Zimmerman is throw him in an August trade to help a contender down the stretch. Bartolo Colon with the dreaded complete game loss with 5 innings, 3 earned runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 4.65 ERA. The Nationals defeated the Marlins 3-2 as they improved to 44-43. Miami drops to 36-54. Sean Doolittle improves to 3-2. Kyle Barclough drops to 0-3. Top of the third, RBI double Starlin Castro, 1-0 Marlins. Bottom of the fourth, RBI single Adam Eaton ties it up at 1 apiece. RBI single Wilmer Difo, 2-1 Nats. Top of the fifth, bases loaded walk Martin Prado ties it at 2 apiece. Bottom of the ninth, the pinch hit walk-off home run, Mark Reynolds. 3-2 Nationals is your final. Gio Gonzalez, 5 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 3.76 ERA. Dan Straley, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and a strikeout, leaves the game with a 4.55 ERA. The Phillies defeat the Pirates 17-5 as they improve to 48-37. Pittsburgh drops to 40-47. Edubre Ramos improves to 3-0. Trevor Williams drops to 6-7. Bottom of the first, RBI single, Colin Moran, 1-0 Pirates. Top of the second, 2-run double, Maikel Franco, 2-1 Phillies. Top of the third, 3-run home run, Abdul Herrera, 5-1 Phillies. Bottom of the third, RBI ground out, Elias Diaz makes it a 5-2 game. RBI single, Corey Dickerson makes it a 5-3 game. Bottom of the fourth, RBI single, Starling Marte makes it a 5-4 game. Top of the sixth, sacrifice fly, Carlos Santana, 6-4 Phillies. Infield single, Scott Kingery, 7-4 Phillies. Top of the seventh, RBI single, Rhys Hoskins, 8-4 Phillies. RBI single, Abdul Herrera, 9-4 Phillies. 2-run double, Carlos Santana, 11-4 Phillies. 3-run home run, Andrew Knapp, 14-4 Phillies. Top of the ninth, RBI double, Haismule Valentin, 16-4 Phillies. RBI double, Rhys Hoskins, 17-4 Phillies. Bottom of the ninth, RBI double, Josh Harrison, 17-5 was your final. Nick Pivetta, not the best outing. 2 2/3 innings, 5 hits, an earned run, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 4.62 ERA. Trevor Williams, 2 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts, leaves the game with a 4.6 ERA. The Blue Jays defeat the Yankees 6-2 as they improve to 41-46. The Yankees drop to 56-29. Joe Bigiani improves to 1-5. Sonny Gray drops to 5-7. Bottom of the second, RBI single, Devin Travis, 1-0 Blue Jays. RBI single, Curtis Granderson, 2-0 Blue Jays. 3-run home run, Justin Smoke, 5-0 Blue Jays. Top of the third, home run, Aaron Hicks, made it a 5-1 game. Top of the fifth, bases loaded walk, Aaron Hicks, made it a 5-2 game. Bottom of the eighth, RBI double, Teoscar Hernandez, 6-2 Blue Jays is your final. Sam Gaviglio started. He was okay. 4 1/3 innings, 4 hits and a run, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 3.81 ERA. Sonny Gray was awful yet again. 2 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 5.85 ERA. David Hale did a nice job in relief. 5 2/3 innings, 5 hits, an earned run, a walk, and a strikeout, leaves the game with a 4.61 ERA. The Indians defeat the Athletics 10-4 as they improve to 49-37. Oakland drops to 48-40. Carlos Carrasco improves to 9-5. Paul Blackburn drops to 2-3. Top of the first, home run Dustin Fowler, 1-0 A's. Top of the second, home run Matt Olson, 2-0 A's. Bottom of the second, RBI single, Jason Kipnis made it a 2-1 game. Bottom of the third, 2-run double, Jose Ramirez, 3-2 Indians. Sacrifice fly, Edwin Encarnacion, 4-2 Indians. Top of the fifth, RBI single, Dustin Fowler made it a 4-3 game. Bottom of the fifth, RBI double, Michael Brantley, 5-3 Indians. Sacrifice fly, Edwin Encarnacion, 6-3 Indians. Top of the seventh, RBI double, Mark Hanna, 6-4 Indians. Bottom of the seventh, RBI single, Jose Ramirez, 7-4 Indians. Francisco Lindor stole home, 8-4 Indians. RBI double, Edwin Encarnacion, 9-4 Indians. Sacrifice fly, Yonder Alonso, 10-4 Indians. That was your final. Carlos Carrasco pitched pretty well. 5 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, no walks, 7 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 4.28 ERA. Paul Blackburn, 4 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, a walk, and 3 strikeouts, leaves the game with an awful 7.16 ERA. The Mets defeated the Rays 5-1 as they improved to 35-49. Tampa drops to 43-44. Horacius Familia improves to 4-4. Chaz Rowe drops to 1-2. Bottom of the third, RBI single, Eusebio Cabrera, 1-0 Mets. Top of the fifth, home run Willie Ademis ties up at 1 apiece. Bottom of the ninth, walk-off grand slam, Jose Bautista off of Chaz Rowe. 5-1 Mets is your final. Jacob deGrom pitched outstanding yet again. 8 innings, 4 hits, an earned run, a walk, and 8 strikeouts leaves the game with a 1.79 ERA. Ryan Stanek was the opener. 2 innings, a hit, no earned runs, a walk, and 4 strikeouts leaves the game with a 1.84 ERA. The rest of the bullpen held its own. And Chaz Rowe was the one that ended up giving up the walk-off grand slam to Jose Bautista. The Brewers defeated the Braves 5-4 as they improved to 53-35. Atlanta drops to 49-38. Freddie Peralta improves to 4-1. Mike Falta-Units drops to 6-5. Corey Knebel gets his 11th save of the season. Top of the first, RBI double Ozzie Albies, 1-0 Braves. Bottom of the third, 2-run home run Tyler Saladino, 2-1 Brewers. 3-run home run Jesus Aguilar, 5-1 Brewers. Top of the seventh, infield single Ronald Acuna Jr., a run scores, 5-2 game. 2-run single Dansby Swanson, the second run scored on the error. Made it a 5-4 game. That was your final. Freddie Peralta pitched well. 6 innings, 3 hits, an earned run, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 2.14 ERA. Mike Falta-Units pitched not so well. 6 innings, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, no walks, 7 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 2.37 ERA. The Twins defeated the Orioles 6-2 as they improved to 37-48. The Orioles dropped to 24-63. Lance Lynn improves to 6-7. Dylan Bundy drops to 6-8. Bottom of the first, 2-run single. Brian Dozier run scores on the error. The second run I'm talking about. 2-0 Twins. RBI single Jorge Polanco, 3-0 Twins. Bottom of the fourth, 2-run home run Max Kepler, 5-0 Twins. RBI single Joe Mauer, 6-0 Twins. Top of the sixth, RBI single Chris Davis made it a 6-1 game. Top of the seventh, fielder's choice Adam Jones made it a 6-2 game, and that was your final. Lance Lynn, 6 innings, 6 hits, an earned run, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, leaves the game with 5.21 ERA. Dylan Bundy, 3 1/3 innings, 9 hits, 5 earned runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 4.08 ERA. The Astros defeated the White Sox 11-4 as they improved to 59-31. Chicago drops to 30-58. Lance McCullers Jr. improves to 10-3. Reynaldo Lopez drops to 4-6. Brad Peacock gets his second save of the season. Bottom of the third, RBI single Yuli Gurriel, 1-0 Astros. Bottom of the fourth, 2-run double Tim Fredericks, 3-0 Astros. Top of the sixth, RBI single Yolmer Sanchez made it a 3-1 game. Bottom of the seventh, RBI double Evan Gattis, 4-1 Astros. Bottom of the eighth, RBI single Alex Bregman, 5-1 Astros. Sacrifice fly Yuli Gurriel, the second run scores on an error, 7-1 Astros. RBI single Josh Reddick, 8-1 Astros. 3-run home run Evan Gattis, 11-1 Astros. Top of the ninth, 2-run home run Avisail Garcia made it an 11-3 game. Home run Daniel Palka making it an 11-4 game. That was your final. Lance McCullers Jr. was outstanding. 7 innings, 3 hits, an earned run, no walks, 12 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 3.41 ERA. Reynaldo Lopez, 4 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 3.77 ERA. The Red Sox defeated the Royals 10-5 as they improved to 60-29. Kansas City drops to 25-62. Chris Sale improves to 9-4. Jason Hamill drops to 2-11. Top of the first, home run Mookie Betts, 1-0 Sox. 2-run single Brock Holt, 3-0 Red Sox. RBI single Sandy Leon, 4-0 Red Sox. Top of the second, 2-run home run JD Martinez, 6-0 Red Sox. 2-run home run Xander Bogaerts, 8-0 Red Sox. Bottom of the second, RBI single Alcides Escobar made it an 8-1 game. Bottom of the seventh, a line out by Roland Mondesi, Lucas Duda scores, made it an 8-2 game. Top of the eighth, RBI double Jackie Bradley Jr. made it a 9-2 game. Bottom of the eighth, 2-run home run Mike Moustakas made it a 9-4 game. Top of the ninth, RBI double Steve Pearce made it a 10-4 Red Sox lead. Bottom of the ninth, RBI single Whit Merrifield made it a 10-5 game, and that was your final. Chris Sale, 6 innings, 5 hits, an earned run, a walk, and 12 strikeouts, leaves the game with 2.36 ERA. Jason Hamill was awful. 2 innings, 9 hits, 8 earned runs, a walk, and no strikeouts, leaves the game with a 6.16 ERA. The Diamondbacks defeated the Padres 3-1 as they improved to 49-40. San Diego drops to 38-52. Zach Godley improves to 10-6. Joey Lucchesi drops to 4-4. Brad Boxberger gets his 21st save of the year. Top of the third, fielder's choice, Carlos Asuje, 1-0 Padres. Bottom of the sixth, bases loaded, hit by pitch, A.J. Pollock, 1-1 game. RBI groundout, Steven Souza Jr., 2-1 Diamondbacks. Bottom of the eighth, RBI single, Steven Souza Jr., 3-1 Diamondbacks is your final. Zach Godley, 6 innings, 4 hits, an earned run, a walk, 7 strikeouts, leaves the game with 4.85 ERA. Joey Lucchesi, 5 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, 5 strikeouts, leaves the game with 3.27 ERA. The Angels defeated the Dodgers 3-2 as they improved to 45-44. The Dodgers dropped to 47-40. Blaine Parker improves to 2-1. Kenley Jansen drops to 0-2. Top of the fourth, RBI single, Matt Kemp, 1-0 Dodgers. Top of the sixth, RBI single, Matt Kemp again, 2-0 Dodgers. Bottom of the sixth, a balk by Kenta Maeda allows a run to score and it made it a 2-1 game. Bottom of the ninth, RBI single, David Fletcher ties it up at 2 apiece. The walk-off RBI single for Ian Kinsler gave the Angels a 3-2 win. Big win for LA Angels. Felix Pena, 5 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk and 8 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 3.63 ERA. Kenta Maeda, 5 2/3 innings, 3 hits, an earned run, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 3.24 ERA. The Rockies defeated the Mariners 7-1 as they improved to 45-43. Seattle drops to 56-33. Herman Marquez improves to 7-8. Felix Hernandez drops to 8-7. Top of the first, home run Charlie Blackmon, 1-0 Rockies. Top of the second, RBI triple Tony Wolters, 2-0 Rockies. Sacrifice fly DJ LeMahieu, 3-0 Rockies. Top of the sixth, 2-run triple Tony Wolters, 5-0 Rockies. Ground rule double DJ LeMahieu, 6-0 Rockies. Bottom of the sixth, runs and Art Span got the Mariners on the board to make it a 6-1 game. Top of the ninth, RBI double Carlos Gonzalez, 7-1 Rockies is your final. Herman Marquez, 6 innings, 5 hits, an earned run, no walks, 5 strikeouts, leaves the game with 4.92 ERA. Felix Hernandez, 5 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts, leaves the game with 5.13 ERA. The Giants defeated the Cardinals 3-2 as they improved to 46-44. St. Louis drops to 45-42. Reyes Moronta improves to 5-1. John Brebbia drops to 1-2. Will Smith gets his third save of the year. Top of the second, RBI double Colton Wong, 1-0 Cardinals. Bottom of the second, wild pitch by John Gant allows Brendan Crawford to score, ties it up at 1 apiece. Bottom of the sixth, home runs Pablo Sandoval, 2-1 Giants. Top of the seventh, RBI triple Colton Wong, 2-2 game. Bottom of the seventh, RBI single Andrew McCutchen made it a 3-2 game. That was your final. Derek Rodriguez, 6 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout, leaves the game with 3.09 ERA. John Gant, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, leaves the game with 3.8 ERA. Today's games, you have at 2 o'clock Orioles Twins, Kevin Gossman and Kyle Gibson, 2:20 Reds Cubs, Matt Harvey and Tyler Chatwood, 4 o'clock Phillies Pirates, Jake Arrieta and Jamison Tyon, Cardinals Giants, Carlos Martinez and Jeff Samardzija, Yankees Blue Jays, Luis Severino and J.A. Happ. That's a good pitching matchup, and it could very well be J.A. Happ against his future team, although I made the case several times on this podcast that J.A. Happ and his 4.03 ERA may not be the best option for the New York Yankees. Athletics Indians, Edwin Jackson and Corey Kluber. Rangers Tigers, Cole Hamels and Mike Fiers. FS1, you have Braves Brewers, Anibal Sanchez and Aaron Wilkerson. Give me Atlanta to get on the board in the series. They've lost 4 straight games. They're due for a win, so give me the Braves there. Rockies Mariners, Kyle Freeland and James Paxton. White Sox Astros, James Shields and Charlie Morton. Rays Mets, Blake Snell and Steven Matz. 7:15 on Fox, you have the Dodgers and the Angels. Russ Stripling against Deck McGuire. Give me the Dodgers in that one. It's a Fox game. Also on Fox at 7:15, you have the Red Sox and the Royals. David Price against Brad Keller. Keller's pitched brilliantly for the Royals, but David Price will likely get the win here. So give me the Red Sox here. Marlins Nationals, 7:15 on Fox. Wayne Chen and Max Scherzer. Give me Scherzer and the Nats. Padres Diamondbacks on 10 o'clock. Tyson Ross and Robbie Ray in that one. NBA Summer League, I'll go over those scores real quick from yesterday. The Vegas Summer League got underway yesterday. The Rockets defeated the Pacers 92-89. Daniel House Jr., 20 points in the win. Aaron Holiday, 23 in defeat for Indiana. The Pelicans defeated the Raptors 90-77. Trayvon Blewett, 24 in the win. Raw Alkins, 12 in defeat. The Magic defeated the Nets 86-80. Troy Capuan, 22 points in the win. Sean Dawson, 20 in defeat. The Hornets defeated the Thunder 88-87. Malik Monk, 23 in the win. That's a good sign for Charlotte. He looked like a bust last year. Rashawn Thomas, 23 in defeat. The Bucks defeated the Pistons 90-63. The Celtics defeated the 76ers 95-89. Greshon Yabusele put up 16 in the win. And Furkan Korkmaz put up 40 in defeat. Wow. The Cavs defeated the Wizards 72-59. Ante Zizic put up 16 in the win. Devin Robinson put up 14 in defeat. The Suns defeated the Mavs 92-85. Devon Reed put up 18 in the win. Jalen Jones put up 16 in defeat. The Nuggets defeated the Timberwolves 70-69. Monte Morris 15 in the win and Isaiah Cousins 15 in defeat. The Warriors defeated the Clippers 77-71. Kendrick Nunn put up 18 in the win. Sindinius Thornwell put up 18 in defeat. A couple NBA notings. The Sacramento Kings offered Zach LaVine a 4-year, $78 million offer sheet. The Bulls plan to match, and the Bulls probably should match. Kyle Anderson got a 4-year, I believe it was $52 million offer sheet from the Memphis Grizzlies. Or it might have been a 3-year, $52 million. I don't know the exact terms by heart. The San Antonio Spurs, I think, have to match. And speaking of the San Antonio Spurs, they say goodbye to a legend as Tony Parker signs with the Charlotte Hornets, 2 years, $10 million. This is more shocking than DeMarcus Cousins to the Warriors in my opinion. I never thought Tony Parker would leave the San Antonio Spurs. Holy crap. You have to give Nicholas Batum some credit. He probably helped in the recruiting process. In one hockey rumor before I go to the last segment of the best NBA move since 2013. Erik Karlsson was almost traded to the Tampa Bay Lightning the other night, and the New York Rangers were the third party involved, taking on some salary dump. I don't know if the trade fell through or what. Maybe the trade will still go on. Maybe there's other pieces in the deal that we don't know about. So maybe this drags on a little bit further. I'll talk about it more on another podcast. Last segment of the podcast, best NBA move since 2013 for every team. I'm going to be quick. The Atlanta Hawks getting something for Jeff Teague and Paul Millsap. The Hawks got a lot back for them. They ended up with a lottery pick. I believe it turned out to be Taurean Prince, who I think will be a player for them long term. In terms of the Jeff Teague deal, they got a trade that included a first-round pick. I believe it was Indiana. They gave up their first-rounder for Teague. And they ended up getting a first-round pick for Paul Millsap in the three-way sign-and-trade that sent Danilo Gallinari from Denver to the Clippers. The Clippers gave up the Rockets' first-round pick that they got back in the Chris Paul deal to Atlanta. And Denver ended up with Paul Millsap, so that trade ended up working out pretty well for the Hawks. Boston Celtics, this is easy. Hiring Brad Stevens. Brad Stevens is the best coach in the NBA right now. He's one of the big reasons why the Celtics have been a contender the last couple years. A huge reason why they're going to be favorites out of the East this year. He gets his guys to play hard. His first season, that roster was a joke. And he got them to play hard, even though they tanked kind of at the end of the year. They didn't really tank on purpose, but they were kind of forced into it. Once the roster started to show its real form. But Brad Stevens deserves a ton of credit for what the Celtics have done the last couple seasons. The Brooklyn Nets hiring Kenny Atkinson and Sean Marks. I think these guys have done remarkable since coming to the Nets. Kenny Atkinson gets his guys to play hard on the court. Sean Marks has made some savvy moves as the Nets GM. Charlotte Hornets keeping Kemba Walker for now. Maybe they will eventually trade him, but Kemba Walker's turned into an all-star caliber point guard on the Charlotte Hornets. Chicago Bulls getting value for Jimmy Butler to jumpstart the rebuild. They are probably going to be the winners in the Jimmy Butler trade if Minnesota ends up getting rid of Jimmy Butler. Unless Minnesota trades him for something good. But they end up with the 7th pick in the draft, which ends up being Lauri Markkanen, who many people thought were going to be a bust, but Markkanen has been pretty good. They got Zach LaVine, who they're going to match the offer sheet for. They get Chris Dunn, who's a starting caliber point guard in the NBA. So that pretty much jump-started their rebuild. And that's a franchise heading in the right direction. The Cavaliers bringing back LeBron James. Yes, LeBron just left for the Lakers. But bringing him back a second time was the best thing this franchise has perhaps ever done, or else they wouldn't have gotten that championship in 2016. Dallas Mavericks keeping Rick Carlisle around. There's some opportunities for Rick Carlisle to jump ship from the Dallas Mavericks to go to a team like the Los Angeles Lakers or maybe the New York Knicks or somewhere like that. But he stayed in Dallas and he's sticking around for this rebuild, and I think the Mavericks will be back before people know. The Denver Nuggets drafting Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic is a franchise player. He's not a good defensive player, but he's a triple-double machine and is a big reason why Denver is ahead of schedule in their rebuild. The Detroit Pistons keeping Andre Drummond. He had the best year of his career last year, and he's somebody that the Pistons should keep around rather than looking to trade. They had opportunities to trade him in the past. They passed on it, and it looks like a good decision. The Golden State Warriors hiring Steve Kerr. That's absolutely their best move because I don't know if they would have won all these championships under Steve Kerr. They got rid of Mark Jackson at the right time, brought in Steve Kerr. Yeah, people are going to say, oh, well, Steve Kerr's overrated because look at his roster. But no, I'm not one of those people that think that Steve Kerr's an overrated NBA head coach. I think he's done an outstanding job with the Golden State Warriors, winning 3 championships in a 4-year span. It should be 4 championships in a 4-year span, if not for Draymond Green's suspension. The Houston Rockets trading for Chris Paul. Yeah, they gave up a lot for Chris Paul, but he took this Rockets team to another level, and they probably would have won the championship if he didn't pull a hamstring in Game 5 of that series. The Indiana Pacers getting Victor Oladipo in the Paul George trade. A lot of people are going to say that Indiana won the Paul George trade because they got Victor Oladipo. That trade was a win-win for both franchises because Oklahoma City was able to re-sign Paul George. Oladipo has been exceptional this past year. He was the runaway winner for Most Improved Player in the NBA, and he deserved that award. And he is the reason why the Indiana Pacers rebuild is going quicker than people expect. The Los Angeles Clippers getting value for Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. They got a ton of value for those guys, especially Blake Griffin. They got a lottery pick for Griffin. And then they got some pieces for Chris Paul, such as Montrezl Harrell, Sam Decker among them, and Patrick Beverley. And they got Tobias Harris for Blake Griffin. So I think the Clippers set themselves up very well in the future. The Los Angeles Lakers hiring Magic Johnson, that's easy. If Magic Johnson wasn't hired, then LeBron James doesn't sign with the Lakers. That's simple. The Memphis Grizzlies re-signing Mike Conley and Marc Gasol. They might look like bad moves long-term because of the contracts, but these two guys are the reasons why the Grizzlies were relevant over the last decade. And if they're back and healthy, and with the drafting of Jaren Jackson Jr., maybe this is a surprise contender in the Western Conference. Miami Heat, finding diamonds in the rough such as Josh Richardson, Tyler Johnson, and Hassan Whiteside. Yeah, all these guys have been key contributors to Miami's success over the last year or so. Although Whiteside is a player that's grossly overpaid right now. But Miami really found something with these guys. This next one's perhaps the easiest one on this list. The Milwaukee Bucks drafting Giannis Antetokounmpo. He single-handedly changed the fortunes of that franchise. Although they haven't made it past the first round with Giannis yet. But Giannis is the best player in the Eastern Conference right now that LeBron is in the West. And he is an absolute star. Minnesota Timberwolves, easy. Drafting Karl Anthony Towns. He is one of the best big men in the league already. He has to be better defensively, but he's somebody that deserves a max contract extension. He's probably going to be a Timberwolf for life. New Orleans Pelicans re-signing Drew Holiday. Yes, they were given a lot of controversy for giving Drew Holiday that big max contract. But no, he proved that he deserved it. He had a great year last year. It was a big part of the Pelicans' playoff run last year. And he's somebody that I think is one of the more underrated point guards in the NBA. The New York Knicks, drafting Kristaps Porzingis, that was easy. Yes, Phil Jackson was heavily criticized when he drafted him. A lot of people thought he was going to be a bust. But no, he ended up arguably being the best player from this draft class. He's unfortunately on the shelf right now recovering from a torn ACL. I think he's going to be back at some point next season perhaps and going to be better than ever once he's fully recovered. Oklahoma City Thunder extending Russell Westbrook. This was easy. You can make a case trading for Paul George was their best move, but extending Russell Westbrook had to have been it. He's their best player. He's the face of the franchise. He's a triple-double machine. He works his butt off every game. He gets criticized for his defense, but I think he's a better defensive player than people give him credit for, just like his former teammate Kevin Durant. Orlando Magic keeping Nikola Vucevic. Orlando signed him to an extension. Looks pretty okay right now. At least they have an asset in case they want to trade him. Philadelphia 76ers drafting Joel Embiid. Yes, they were criticized for it at the time because he was injured. But he's proven to be the best player from that draft class. And he's going to be a star in this league for a long time. Phoenix Suns drafting Devin Booker. Booker's an absolute star. That was a steal at where the Suns got him. Portland Trailblazers hiring Terry Stotts. Stotts has been just a phenomenal coach with the Portland Trailblazers. And he's somebody that I think is one of the more underrated coaches in this league, getting them to the playoffs every season. Sacramento Kings getting something for DeMarcus Cousins. Yep, that's very true. They got Buddy Hield. They got an extra first-round pick. And I think they're the winners of that trade now because New Orleans lost him for nothing, although that injury didn't help. San Antonio Spurs drafting DeJounte Murray. Pretty good move. He is going to be their starting point guard for the foreseeable future. I think he is one of the more underrated point guards of the league. He can play defense, and I think his game is only going to get better. The Toronto Raptors re-signing DeMar DeRozan. Yes, DeRozan might eventually be trade bait for the Raptors, but he's somebody that's a big key to their success, and that's a good thing that they ended up re-signing him. Here's another easy one. The Utah Jazz hiring Quinn Snyder. Quinn Snyder is an outstanding coach. He was a big reason why the Utah Jazz turned their season around last year and ended up making the playoffs, other than the success of Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. But Snyder deserves a ton of credit. He gets a lot out of his players, such as Joe Ingles, got a lot out of Jay Crowder after being a flop in Cleveland. So he deserves a lot of credit for their success. The Washington Wizards not giving up on Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal was talked about in trade rumors about 4 or 5 years ago because the Wizards wanted to make a win-now move and traded for DeMarcus Cousins or somebody along those lines, and Beal was somebody who Sacramento wanted in return. Washington said no, and Washington made the right decision because Beal's probably the best player on that team right now. That's it for the best of NBA moves since 2013 for every team segment. And that's it for today's podcast. I'll be back tomorrow recapping all the FIFA, the baseball, and I'll be doing the best NHL moves since 2013 on tomorrow's podcast. I'll give out my All-Star predictions since the All-Star ballots come out tomorrow, and a lot more news that breaks within the next 24 hours. I hope you guys have a great day.